Just thinking about it sends chills down your spine. What if one day the trade war between the US and China, which right now is mostly about tariffs, sanctions, and diplomatic statements, suddenly spills over into the oceans? How would the world look then? What if those sea lanes, through which half of the world's trade flows, suddenly become a hot zone? What if a small misunderstanding, a minor clash, or an accidental naval move drags the world into a tension so deep it echoes for generations? And most importantly, if these two superpowers start fighting both economically and on the seas, where will the rest of the world lean? History shows us that powerful nations have always seen control over the seas as crucial to their survival. Centuries ago, Britain ruled the world through its mighty navy, while Spain and Portugal expanded their empires via sea routes. After World War II, the US maintained global balance with its powerful navy and economic influence. But now China, which used to play a background role in global trade, is rapidly rising as the world's second-largest power. In the past few decades, China hasn't just beefed up its economy, it's massively boosted its naval strength too. It's built artificial islands in the South China Sea, set up military bases, and tightened its grip on key sea routes vital for global trade. Meanwhile, the US insists on freedom of navigation in these waters and isn't ready to dial down its naval presence there. This friction is becoming the foundation for the rivalry between the two superpowers. The trade front is heating up as well. The US accuses China of playing dirty, using unfair tactics, stealing tech, and subsidizing its products to hurt American companies. China fires back, saying the US is trying to hold back developing countries to stop its own decline. Both sides are slapping sanctions, tariffs, and diplomatic pressure, shaking economies worldwide. The importance of the South China Sea can't be overstated. About 1/3 of the world's maritime commerce passes through there. If tensions flare up, it won't just hit China and the US. Japan, Korea, the Philippines, Vietnam, and others in the region all have skin in the game. Even the smallest moves there can trigger big ripples globally. The US sends warships to the area to show the seas are open to all, while China sees that as trespassing into its turf. There have been close calls where ships almost collided. History teaches us that major wars often start with tiny mistakes, bad calls, or spur-of-the-moment reactions, and that risk is still very real. Neither side wants a full-scale war, but trade and naval tensions keep ratcheting up. History has plenty of examples of such clashes spiraling out of control. Before World War I, European powers kept slapping each other with economic sanctions and blockades until it exploded into full-on war. Before World War II, trade restrictions between Japan and the US piled up until war broke out. Now, imagine the future. If trade restrictions keep piling on, supply chains get even more disrupted, and tech sectors push each other back and forth, the next battlefield might very well be the seas. China could double down on its maritime claims, the US might ramp up its naval footprint, and chances of conflict would spike. A minor incident, a drone collision, a false alarm of gunfire, or a ship taking a wrong turn could set off a huge global crisis. And the naval warfare of the future won't just be about guns and missiles. Cyberattacks, drones, AI, and autonomous vessels will change the game completely. China might try to cripple US naval systems with cyber warfare, while the US counters by using AI to block Chinese operations. This war might not be visible to the naked eye, but it could wreck global trade if tensions escalate. We'd see spikes in inflation, global trade crises, disruptions in oil and gas supply, and serious troubles in electronics and automotive industries. Smaller countries will be forced to pick sides, potentially splitting the world into new blocs. This could be the start of a new Cold War, but this time the battleground would be the oceans. Maybe the two countries will sort some issues out through talks, but the naval tensions and trade rivalries won't just vanish. They'll keep trying to block each other's global dominance, and the pressure cooker could blow at any moment. The real question for the world: who'll bear the brunt if this conflict breaks out? The superpowers or the countries stuck in the middle of their power struggle? This whole scenario makes us rethink that in today's world, power isn't just about military might. Trade, technology, and control over sea lanes can be just as much a battlefield. The current US-China tension shows us that the future might be even more complex, dangerous, and unpredictable. Global peace will only hold if these big players put the world's interests above their own. If you found this video insightful, if it made you think differently, or helped you understand global politics and future risks better, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and definitely share this with your friends. That way, we keep bringing you more important, high-quality topics. Thanks for watching.